Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to TGIF Talks, episode 130. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep, joined by my co-host, Anonymous Phil. Sorry, not Anonymous Phil. Sorry, it is Officer Phil. Or Phil Officer Phil. How did you say it?
How did I say it? Phil the officer? I don't know.
Yeah, Phil the Officer. Something like that.
Phil the officer?
Anyways, let's roll the intro here.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
I mean, it is clever. Don't get me wrong. So, but we just forgot what it was.
You did. I recalled.
Oh, what was it then?
I just told you. Phil the officer.
Oh, sorry. I think the intro was running. I didn't. It's just so much more work to share it than it's just play it and call it good. Many things to talk about this week. Many things.
Oh, yeah?
First things first is apparently YouTube likes that we talk about HOAs.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's now the most popular podcast video we have ever made. Popular than is poop and onomatopoeia.
An onomatopoeia.
That video has like 201. This thing has 235. That video's been working on 201 views for like years. This thing did this in like a few days.
Oh, yeah?
It's now stalled, but what the heck? So I guess we'll talk about HOAs a little bit, and then there's a few other things. I wanted to... so I saw a video today that one of my coworkers showed me. This guy bought this house, or he built this house. I'm not quite sure. I think he bought the house in this HOA.
He bought a built house. A modular home.
He bought a house in the HOA. It's already built. And he gets a letter from the HOA saying he owes them $1.2 million. Because there is a cat door in his garage door that's been there since the house was built.
Because there was a what?
A cat door. You know, little flap.
A cat door?
For a cat in his garage door. So, the big overhanging garage door. And they didn't like that. Yeah. And so they charged him like $17 a day. So it was literally installed the day it was built. So when the house was built, it was installed. So from the time it was then, he owed them $17. And well, the last guy didn't pay them, I guess, or I don't know how it worked. So now this guy, the HOA, is like, nope, you owe us $1.2 million.
Oh.
Like, what the...
Does he have grounds to sue?
He is suing.
He is suing.
Because it's like, what a stupid rule.
Well, I don't care about the rule. I care about the fact that he has to pay for someone else's mistake.
Well, they also bitched about his lawn. I mean, his lawn isn't great, but he said, we're in San Antonio. The lawn we're in a drought. This is the best I can do. Honestly, he could do better, but just get rid of the damn lawn. That's my thing. If you can't...
Yeah, just got it. Just have a dirt patch.
Well, gravel. That's a thing they do down in Arizona instead of having lawns to conserve water. And then...
just a dirt patch.
What?
Just a dirt patch. Just a muddy pile. So that way when it does rain, it's just a freaking just mud pit.
True.
And then
the HOA bitched that he had this pipe that, like, I don't know what it was for.
Lots of houses have pipes.
Huh?
Lots of houses have pipes.
Well, it was like this PVC corner pipe that was sticking out of the overhang of his roof. It wasn't connected to anything on the outside. I'm not sure. Maybe connected to his furnace, but like you're in Texas, so there wouldn't be a furnace. So I'm not sure what it's for or why it's there, but they don't like it. And he doesn't think that he's in violation of any of the rules. And so, yeah, he's going to sue.
Mm.
But I'm like,
Or just move out. Just leave.
he just bought the house. He like bought the house, and they're making him.
Did he not know about it? Well, see, the thing is, right? You're going to have those people at your door till the day you leave. You know, if they're like this on day one with you signing the contract, the deed or whatever, or what I don't know what they call it for a house. I was about to say lease, but it's not a lease.
Well, I think what happened was he bought the house. He read the HOA rules, looked at the house, and thought, okay, yeah, I'm not in violation of any of the rules. And then now he's been living there for a few years, and they're just like, yeah, nope, we don't like you.
We don't like you.
So you owe us $1.2 million?
Where's this at? Oh, yeah, you said San Antonio.
So I saw somebody left a comment on the HOA video. They're like, well, I don't remember what they said. Let's go. I'll go take a look.
Let's read the comment.
We don't usually get comments, but when your video does very well, you get comments on it for once. We also have 7 subscribers now, so it's very, very exciting.
7?
7. Oh.
7 whole.
Yeah, we went from 3 to 7. All right. Doug Barrett. Here is his response. Oh, he actually responded to me. I didn't see that because YouTube doesn't send me notifications. Okay. I get a kick out of the idiots who complain about HOAs but refuse to get involved with them. It is an association. Members can and should vote. So if you don't get involved and if you don't like what the HOA is doing, go look in the mirror. The culprit is looking back at you. Get involved. It is more effective than just complaining. Contact your neighbors. Get them involved. A trip through a number of subdivisions where some are HOA and some are not will show you what one will show why you want one. All right, and then I said, lol, bruh, I don't even own a home. However, you're absolutely right. If you want to fix an HOA, gotta do it from the inside. As I said in the video, a coup is a must. And then he left a big comment. Another big paragraph. I didn't get to read it. Since this had developed into a conversation, I will make another comment. A local zoning laws do good enough job of keeping neighborhoods on an even keel. Then HOAs are not necessary in these places. HOAs are a scourge. However, where I live now, zoning is basically non-existent. There is a road we jokingly refer to as the Divergence Highway, where there are mansions right next door to trailer houses. Here is the necessary for developers to incorporate an HOA to make sure property values are retained. HOAs vary, and one shows acceptance. HOA acceptable HOA just as much as one shops for a house like they like. True, that's one thing. If you're gonna move into a neighborhood, you gotta look at what the HOA said. I served on our board for 3 years and was president for one. Several members and I were able to oust some Karens from the board. Yeah. And to keep assessments low and were reasonable on what we allowed and did not allow. Yeah, I gotta switch over to the actual TGIF Talks thing so I can interact with this comment. That's great. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
Pick out the Karens.
Oh, that's not what you want. All right, we're gonna leave her a comment. Yes.
No Karens allowed.
Absolutely.
No.
Get them Karens out of there. I see your point about shopping. Around for HOAs and houses. Anyone should do that. Reply. Anyways, so yeah. I did see the comment, but I'm not getting these notifications. I don't know why. Not my issue. Point is, yeah. So, yes. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious how this guy got to the situation where he owes them $1.2 million and didn't, like, when he move in, like, tell them, like, hey, this isn't... Who knows? Because, like, the thing was built in the 80s. So you can think, for 30 years...
Do you have a calculator handy?
Yeah, I got my phone.
Take 1.2 million divided by 17. And then divide that answer by 365.
So it must have been more than $17 a day. Because that's 193,000 years.
Yeah.
I think it must have been
that number seemed big. Number seemed way too big.
It must have been like $170 or something stupid.
Well, unless it was $17 a day, but the 1.2 million includes everything that he has to fix or something.
I don't know. They'd be charging like hundreds of thousands of dollars just because his lawn looks like shit.
What?
They'd have to charge like $100,000 just because his lawn looks like shit.
Yeah, and so what I'm saying, what if the 1.2 million is total of everything? I don't know.
I don't think they charge $100,000 just because his lawn looks like shit. That is definitely an overarching power. But the guy makes a point. Zoning should take care of it. But like, sometimes zoning doesn't. I feel like zoning here in Lincoln I feel like it's really strong. But maybe not. I don't know. I know in small towns it is. That is their HOA. Zoning laws.
Zoning laws?
Laws.
Laws?
Yeah, zoning laws. So basically, in this part of the city, like these certain blocks, you can't have a business. This is for residential. Or this is not for commercial, so you can't have like a storefront. This is for industrial only. That's why Linus Tech Tips started his channel in a house. And when the city found out, the city was like, no, you can't do this. We're going to sue you off the face of the planet if you don't get moved out. Because you can't have a business, I guess, in a residential like that.
Well, I thought a lot of people start their businesses like in their garage or whatever.
Well, yeah, but like he had, like several employees by the time they kicked him out. So can you imagine?
He was a noticeable size.
Yeah, could you imagine having like 5 extra cars parked in your fucking on your street?
Yeah, just the bros hanging out every day.
Well, I wonder if his HOA didn't get on him too. Because I remembered from last time, there was another HOA video I saw where this guy bought a Rivian, so the new electric pickups. And he didn't want to park it in his garage, or he couldn't park in his garage one day, so he left it out on the on his driveway. However, in a lot of HOAs apparently, excuse me, and the strict ones anyways, this is illegal.
What is?
Non-commercial trucks being parked on driveways or in the street.
Like semi-trucks or what kind of truck?
Like a pickup truck. like my truck or your dad's truck, you can't park those on your driveway or in the street.
Where?
In it, like at your house.
You can't?
In this HOA, in a lot of HOAs, they don't allow that. You have to park it in the garage at all times.
Oh, it can't be on your driveway?
No.
Well, there must not be any of those around Lincoln.
Well, so the thing is,
I see big trucks parked on the side of the street and driveways all the time.
well, yeah. So like your dad said, HOAs aren't that big here. They're not. They don't have a lot of power. But in other places like Texas, California, they have a lot of power. And so I think this was in California because the guy bought a Rivian. Where else are you going to buy a Rivian? It's going to be in California.
Yeah, so you don't need to care about this. This isn't. You don't live in California or Texas.
I just don't want to. But no. But like the point is though, like it's still stupid that law exists. That those rules in the HOA exist at all. Because apparently,
Yeah, just be glad you don't live there.
And I was like, why does this exist? Why is this a thing? So, rewind back to the 80s and before then. Apparently, having a pickup truck had a stigmatism to it. Some sort of, like, it was not good. It was, like, cheap or bad or I don't know. But apparently, it lowered property values. And it was not good. So,
A truck?
Yes.
I thought a truck just meant that you had shit to haul.
This is in modern times, but in back-assward 1960-70 Karen logic, this made perfect sense. So back then, they were like...
No. You missed one key part of that. It's not back then. It's Karen logic.
True. Karen's. As Barrett made a point, it's Karen. Doug, sorry, not Doug Barrett. So yeah, it's just... So this guy is suing them because he's like, well, this shouldn't be a rule anymore. This is a stupid rule that shouldn't exist anymore because everybody freaking drives trucks now.
Yeah.
Especially like an electric truck, there's no stigma there.
I'm curious, what percentage of families don't own a truck?
In America, very little, because the most popular vehicle in America is the Ford F-150.
Exactly. If you have a family of four, I don't care how many, chances are, you have shit to haul, What do you buy? A truck.
That's actually not why people buy trucks. Well, it is, but it isn't. So, for the longest time, people didn't buy trucks because they couldn't afford the mileage. But now, trucks have the same mileage that their cars did, 20 years ago. not compared to cars now.
New trucks do.
Yeah. New trucks now have the same mileage cars did 20 years ago.
40 years ago, not necessarily.
What?
We have a truck from 40 years ago, not necessarily.
Right. That's why nobody bought them 20 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. But now, they do. They're getting 20 miles to the gallon, which is what cars got 20 years ago. Well, shitty cars. Actually, most cars have been getting like 25, 30 for a while. Foreign cars.
My car gets like 28 in town.
Foreign cars. And I'm talking highway.
It is a foreign car.
Oh, that's right. You drive a Honda.
That's probably why shit doesn't break.
That too. Well, anyways.
See, that's the thing about it, right? It's reliable, but if something does break and needs to be fixed, it's expensive.
Not necessarily.
You don't think so?
What do you drive a Honda Accord? That's literally the most popular car in the world.
Is it? I don't know.
The Honda Accord. It's like the second most popular car in the world. My boss and the other full timer both drive Accords.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think the Toyota Camry, is number one.
Number one? Mm-hmm. Never mind then. I was mistaken.
Yeah, so in America, it's not as common because, again, as we said, the F-150 is the most common. Um, but I think what happened was Americans like to fuck, and also we have the space for trucks. Other countries, they don't have the space. We have the space.
So go on your tangent about why people have trucks.
That's what I was saying. So people, now that they can get the same miles they were getting back 20 years ago, they're like, oh, well, now I can drive a big truck because this is America and there's space. A lot of times people didn't have, and also houses are a lot bigger than they used to be. So now you actually have space for a truck. And also, it's a status symbol, I think.
Is it?
A little bit. Get a big truck. And also, yeah, it's the same reason people drive minivans, yet they have one child. They just think that they need it. So like some suburban dad, he has to work on.
That's a thing.
Yeah,
People
it's
drive
a thing.
minivans when they have one kid.
Yes.
Why?
People, I don't know. My parent, or like they have two kids and they buy a freaking minivan. I don't get it. My parents owned a car, a regular 4-door car, and there were two of us. Your parents owned a regular car. Not anymore.
Yeah.
They have the Escape, but honestly, that back seat is not meant for human. Not the very back seat.
Oh yeah, the very, very back seat. Yeah.
That is not fit for human sitting. That's like my old Rangers back seats. Remember those?
It's fit for like a little kid.
Yeah. Okay. That's better than what my Rangers was. You remember my old Rangers back seats?
Yeah.
They were like 2 pieces of cushion, and there were 2 of them back there. So you were supposed to fit 2 people back there.
Oh yeah. Wasn't it like a little bench that folded down, right?
Yep. A little seatbelt. My dad had to sit back there one day.
Why?
Because we had grandma.
Oh.
And we didn't want to. We could fit 3 people in the front, but we didn't want to make grandma feel squished in there. So grandma got to ride in the front, and dad had to sit in the back. I think he.
You drove them all?
Yeah. I don't remember what we were doing or why I had to drive everybody. But yeah. So and it gets it's also now suburban dads are just like, well, I have to work on this one random project that I will never have to do again. I need a truck. So I'm gonna go buy a truck.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do. So once one person buys a truck, everybody buys a truck. I was literally just thinking on the way to work today, on the way home from work today, like I'm driving my truck. I'm like, this is way too much just to get from home to work every day. This is way too much. But the thing is,
it's very convenient in the wintertime.
But well, it's not even but also it's like when I need to do a project, or I need to have or I want to pick up my friends, or I need to go, excuse me, on a trip, and I need space. I have it.
Yeah.
But 90%, 95% of the time, I don't need it, and that's the issue.
And see, my dad tried to get me to. Well, he tried to express that interest in me when I was looking for a car, to look into getting a truck.
He wanted you to get a truck?
Well, he showed me trucks that were... He didn't... Well, no. I guess he wanted me to get a Ford.
Right.
But but trucks were among the things that he was showing me.
I mean, I'm going to buy a truck for my next vehicle. My dad was the same way. He sold me on a truck.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like... Because it's just like, here's the thing. My dad was like, you're going to miss it. And he's absolutely right. The first day I need to do a project, or it gets snowy or crappy outside, I'm going to miss it instantaneously.
But see, that's the thing, though. I don't really do a lot of big projects that require the use of a truck. Yeah.
The pains of being an artist.
Mm-hmm.
That's at least if that's what you want to call me.
That's what you want to call it, yeah.
It's art, okay. Anyways, we'll move on to the next segment. I do want
Yeah,
to.
because it is very nice, to be able to haul stuff and not have to put it like in the passenger area.
I mean, I don't
Like, for
even use
trips.
my bag.
There's no need for my brother to be like crammed in there. Not that he doesn't mind it, but he wouldn't have
Yeah.
to deal with that.
God. Only if my truck wasn't gonna fall apart and it also got better mileage. God,
See, that's the thing,
our trips would
It's
be.